Well, welcome to Richie's Roost in Shaco, Mississippi. It's a blowy old windy day outside, so I'm not able to use my outside studio like I usually do, like I'd love to do. But my bride has graciously allowed me to come to you today from her studio here in Shaco, and I appreciate that. You know, I got to thinking about it the other day, and you really never know what to expect when you visit Richie's Roost in Shaco by way of these little videos each week. And it may run the gamut of having a conversation with a famous person, or video in a skydive, or getting a skunk out of a trap. And that's the way it'll hopefully be in the future. You just never know what'll come up. However, today, I want to deviate from that format just a little bit and ask you some questions that I just don't have the answers for. Now, there's some very smart and informed people out there in my assemblage of viewers and subscribers, and maybe you can help me. I was going to do something else today, but then all of a sudden I just decided to do this, and that's one reason why I'm a little late coming to you today. The subject I want your thinking on today is climate change. Now, some time back, climate change, or climate cooling, global cooling they called it, global cooling was a hot topic. Dire predictions were offered that another mini ice age was imminent. Well, failure to provide the necessary arguments to substantiate that theory demanded that a replacement worry be produced. And so global cooling was replaced by global warming. That condition, which was championed by such intellectuals as Al Gore, who made a ton of money hawking an Inconvenient Truth documentary film, which grossed around $26 million in the international box office. Well, and Al, by the way, you will recall, predicted in 2009 that by 2014, the polar ice cap would have melted due to global warming. It didn't happen, of course. And the global warming threat began to lose a little steam. However, enterprising individuals discovered that a lot of money could be made by tweaking those theories a little bit, and global cooling / global warming was replaced by a more nebulous and hard to identify term called climate change. Now, I don't understand how climate change is defined, measured, or even if it can be accomplished. Defined or measured, or if it can be accomplished. Since I can't even seem to get a grasp on what the climate change would be if it were changed, how do you define the present climate in a definition encompassing all of the facets that the diverse conditions require? Should the desert's climate change include frequent rain? Or the rainforest require more moderate rainfall, or maybe even less rain? What about predictable climates like dry and rainy seasons that have exited or existed on for who knows how long on the plains of Africa? Should their climate be changed, resulting in changing the very migration habits evolved over the last multi-millennium? Who would determine how much change would least interrupt those habits? A committee comprised of world scientists without any pressures from their governments or those with financial interests? What could possibly go wrong with that? Could unknown or unpredictable events such as volcanic explosions be considered in the final equation? How do you begin to predict the actions of naughty little volcanoes disrupting the best laid plans of mere mortals, as happened in 1816 when Mount Tambora erupted in Indonesia, in 1815 and spread its dust over the globe, blocking enough sunlight to cause worldwide temperatures to plummet? The temperature in Atlanta, Georgia, for example, on July the 4th, 1816, was in the 40s. 1816 became to be called the year without a summer. How do you predict that? Now, or does that possibility create a new industry which might be called something like volcanic control, spawning the need for more money to enable important folks like John Kerry to jet around and hold meetings worldwide in an effort to you fill in the blanks. The Green New Deal, with a general set of goals, has been proffered by the current U.S. administration as part of the climate change movement. Note the general set of goals, which is as indefinite to me as the term climate change. Now, the general set of goals thus far has resulted in the U.S. relinquishing our energy independence, windmills killing birds or possibly whales, China making more money producing solar panels and not much more than I could substantially identify except spending huge amounts of money. Okay, that's enough of that for today. I'm even getting confused in attempting to articulate intelligent questions. So I'll quit for now. What's really meant by climate change? Is it a worthwhile endeavor, or what might possibly be called the greatest and most expensive hoax of all times? Let me know what you think. I'm Jim Ritchie. I'll see you again next time.